look at that.
Okay, C7
Nice.
versus, what is that, an ACR?
Yeah, jeez.
Merca. All right, let's continue. What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Familiar face on the channel. This is Ken here. I reviewed his E92 M3 that actually happens to be possibly for sale. Is that still true?
We'll see. I'm lazy.
Okay. Well, but if any guys are interested, I'll include Ken's Instagram in the video description so you can reach out to him. This is his 2022 BMW M235i GranCoupe. So that's quite a mouthful. A few specs about the car. You said it's 3,600-ish pounds. Yep. It's all-wheel drive, but it's a front-wheel drive based all-wheel drive system. Yep. So can it send like what, only up to 50% of torque?
Just 50%.
It's got the B48 engine, the 2-liter turbo. Same engine found in the 2-liter Supra, but in this one you said it has like different internals.
They did some stuff inside and bigger turbo. 301 horsepower, 322 torque.
That's a shitload more, excuse my language, compared to the 2-liter Supra, which makes like what, 255, right?
Yep.
Interior is very flashy, as you can see. All the different touch points have different textures and colors, and it's pretty busy. But I will say what I do like the digital display. It gives you a lot of really cool information. It's got a heads-up display with a tachometer built in. This has like a lot of cool features as well. Like the sport display has a G meter. It shows you digital readouts for your oil and water temp, which is nice. Your horsepower and foot-pounds and your PSI. I don't know how useful that is, but it's a cool little party trick, I guess. So let's drive this thing. I have no expectations for this. I know nothing about this car other than what I just stated. So let's see how it performs. What's the MSRP on this?
Starts at 46. This was basically fully optioned up, minus like one or two things due to the supply chain shortage.
Okay.
But yeah, it's 53 now.
53.
So it's not cheap.
Well, the engine's very quiet. Quick steering ratio, but the steering rack has zero feel. Completely numb.
I'm waiting for the part where I say we're done for.
Yeah, I can feel the front wheel drive bias.
Right?
It feels like the car is being pulled rather than pushed.
Dude, this car can actually move.
It can move for sure.
Dude, minor detail, it's actually, because this is a terrible BMW, it has the wrong engine, transverse mounted, 2-liter turbo. The transmission's actually an Eisen.
Oh, it's an Eisen, not a ZF. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't tell at first, but then I looked it up. Someone told me and I said, oh.
It's a reasonably good automatic.
I'm surprised.
While we're waiting, given that this is such a funky, weird car that most people don't even know about, why did you choose this?
I wanted a daily driver and wanted a big trunk. It's got a big trunk. Rear seats fold down. Okay. You can fit a ton in there. Wanted rear seats for, you know, when I need them occasionally. I wanted the new tech. It's got basically this very similar interior to like a 340i, which I wanted, but cost too much for what it's worth.
Oh, a 340i, that's like what, a solid 10, 15K more?
Yeah, it's like 63 when I was looking at them. I'll shut up. It just had everything, like just enough power. Brakes feel better than a Model 3.
So you're not looking for like necessarily like a car that feels good at the limit, right? Because obviously this is not going to satisfy that need. You have the Supra and the M3. Yeah,
I have a Trek Supra soon and Trek M3. I want it to be comfortable. I wanted like the SUV position, so when you're sitting here,
high seating position,
I feel like I'm driving an SUV, but it's tight enough where I don't feel freaked out by the bumps.
By the body motions and all that, Yeah,
so I was looking at like Audi S5, S3, and ADMs. Just didn't make sense.
Right.
So I bought a BMW Audi.
Yeah. Oh, Mark IV.
Is that a Supra?
Yeah. Is that a Supra? It's got plenty of mechanical grip, that's for sure. Oh, the suspension.
You like that, huh?
The suspension is a little bit easily unsettled at the back. Look at that torque.
That's what I like for daily, man. That torque.
Now here's what I don't quite like. The paddles are very close to the center of the steering wheel, so I have to reach my fingers pretty far.
Should I raise it up and get those extended paddles?
You should, absolutely.
No.
Ferrari paddles.
Oh, Lord.
Why not? Okay, actually, I take it back. The upshifts are a little delayed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, actually, I take it back. The upshifts are a little delayed. Yeah. Okay, actually, I take it back. The upshifts are a little delayed. Yeah. Okay, actually, I take it back. The upshifts are a little delayed. Yeah. Okay, actually, I take it back. The upshifts are a little delayed. Yeah. Okay, actually, I take it back. The upshifts are a little delayed. Yeah. Okay, actually, I take it back. The upshifts are a little delayed. Yeah. Okay, actually, I take it back. The upshifts are a little delayed. Yeah. Okay, actually, I take it back. The upshifts are a little delayed. Yeah. Okay, actually, I take it back. The upshifts are a little delayed. Yeah. Okay, actually, I take it back. The upshifts are a little delayed. Yeah. Okay, actually, I take it back. The upshifts are a little delayed. Yeah. Okay, actually, I take it back. The upshifts are a little delayed. Yeah. Okay, actually, I take it back. The upshifts are a little delayed. Yeah. Okay, actually, I take it back
I've noticed coming from a DCT car is these newer cars with ZF or Aisin, if you just put in an automatic sport whatever, you won't notice the delay in shifting. It's just pretty good and pretty smart.
Okay.
But if you use the paddles, it's kind of disappointing.
So let's put it in, let's do that. How do I put it back?
So let's put it back to D and then S.
Yes, okay, so now I just don't touch it, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Don't touch the paddles and you're good. It's computers, man.
Let the computers do the shifting. What a concept.
Yeah.
Let's see if it'll do it on the second here. Come on, I want second. Give me second.
Ooh.
Understeer. And it's still in third. Damn you, computers. You know what? I understand why it kept it in third, because it has a boatload of low-end torque. There's no reason for second.
I just love as a daily, you can be cruising at 2K RPM and just press the gas pedal and got the throttle.
Oh yeah, it's got
just torque.
Plenty of performance, yeah. The suspension's kind of weird. Like when you're driving it slowly, it's like well damped but firm. But then when you start pushing it, it kind of like has some weird body motions in the back.
BMW does do really low spring rates.
But it's weird because at low speed it feels firmly sprung.
Yeah, it's the weird thing about these cars.
Yeah, but then at high speed it feels softly sprung. So it's a little weird. I feel like this car, if you're someone who just doesn't want to drive on a track or like necessarily even go to canyon runs, this car feels really sporty. Like it's got a firm but well damped suspension, a good amount of steering weight, decent transmission, it's got tons of torque, and the all-wheel drive gives you a ton of traction and a lot of confidence, right? It's not a car you want to drive past around 7/10.
No.
It kind of falls flat there.
It's when you want a sport, but you don't want a sport.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you have a Supra or an E92 M3, those cars dynamically are just so far above what this is. They feel well balanced, even if the stock suspension feels excellent for track work. This is a street car, a pure street car. I think it's silly that they gave it an M badge, because M used to be mean something very different than what it means now. But then again, you put that M badge on a normal car, mark it up 10K, and people will buy it, right? Because the average person who buys a BMW doesn't want to drift. They just want it to feel fast and be comfortable as a daily.
It sells, and I'm sold.
Yeah, it sells and you're sold. But hey, credit to BMW, because they managed to sell a fake M car to someone who has a real M car, and you used to have an E46 M3 as well, and you have a Supra, which you can kind of say is like an M car.
So this competes with an Audi S3 and a Mercedes A35 or CLA, whatever.
Yeah, I think all of this car's competitors are German.
What about the Hyundais? Their Genesis G70?
I mean, I have yet to drive any of those, but I'd be down to try one of them because they look really nice now. They're packed full of tech, relatively affordable, great warranty, maybe even more luxurious than this car.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Gotta review one.
Yeah.
Might be the
Let me know if you guys
daily.
have one. All right, so that was just a quick spin in a 2022 BMW M235i. Thank you again, Ken, for letting me take this thing for a spin. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.